This program is supported by the Innertown Record, your weekly hometown community newspaper covering the Kearsarge Sunapee Sunshine region of New Hampshire. The Innertown Record.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle, the who, what, where, and when show of the Lake Sunapee region. I'm your host, Abby Peel. We have a new business in our area, Sunapee E-Bikes. Let's visit Audrey, the owner, to learn more.
So we founded, my husband and I, Lakes Region E-Bikes back in 2021. So we started as just mobile rentals for e-bikes, dropping them off at the trails. And then in June of last year, 2022, we had a opportunity to have a retail storefront in Franklin, New Hampshire. So we opened up a shop there to do rentals for the rail trails as well as sales of e-bikes. And then this year, almost a year to the day, we decided to open this one. So now we're in New London. There was a previous e-bike and water sports shop here that we took over when that couple retired. So e-bikes have been around for a while, but in the mainstream market, probably not until the last maybe 5 years. They seem to be getting more popular every year. But I think at the beginning it was kind of homegrown e-bikes. People would just strap on a motor and a battery to it. But now what they are is built like a bicycle. You have gears like a bicycle, you have brakes like a bicycle, but you have a battery and a motor. So when you're pedaling, it feels like, I try to describe it as someone kind of standing on your feet helping you to pedal. And Class 2 e-bikes also have a throttle as well. So if you're tired of pedaling or you just need a little boost, you can also have a thumb or a hand throttle in those models. We sell Class 1 and 2 e-bikes here, which means that they are pretty much legal on any public trail in New Hampshire where a regular bicycle is allowed. So depending on model, there's a lot of different battery options. We tend to only get bikes in, we only sell bikes that have UL rated batteries, meaning that they're not just like the cheapo ones off Amazon. They're well rated, they charge nicely. You do have to care for your battery, so not letting it drain down to zero, keep it at 100. You know, you want to keep it around 50 or 60 for storing it for a while, percentage-wise. For motors, the limit in New Hampshire is 750. That's the wattage limit to be treated like a bicycle still, so it's still a Class 2 e-bike. And depending on battery size, you're thinking anywhere from between probably 40 miles to a charge to 80 or 100, depending on what size battery you have. So that's a pretty long ride. I don't ride 40 miles in a day, so that can get you quite far. I tell people the only problem with getting an e-bike if you have a regular bicycle is that if you get back on your regular bicycle, you're gonna not want to do that again, because it's just nice to have that extra power. And a lot of people, especially on the rail trail, on the way back to Franklin, it's a slight downgrade. A lot of people just turn off the bike at that point. They can kind of coast back, or if you're on flat ground, you don't need to use the assistance, but it's just nice to know that you'll have that option if you need it. We have a lot of people that come in and say they can still bicycle, but if they go for long rides like they used to, the next day they can't really do anything else. Their bodies are just done at that point. So it's just nice to know that you'll be able to get back home and that you'll still have some energy to maybe do some housework the next day. It's still a little bit of a workout. I mean, obviously you can make it as hard as you want. You don't have to use the assistance, you don't have to use the throttle, but it's harder, I think, on your muscles, not so much on your knees and your ankles and your joints. Still feels good, feels like you're getting a little bit of a workout, but just a little gentler on your body. On our rental bikes that we do out of Franklin, we can do here. If people just give us a shout before, we'll truck them up. So we are at 428 Main Street in New London. We're right next to Little Brother Burger Company. That's a good landmark. It's always good to use food as a landmark. So that driveway between goes to us. You can come down around back, or there is a in between Foster's Fine Jewelry and the Tailor. There's also steps that you can use to come down. So on Facebook, we're Sunapee E-Bikes and more. Our website is sunapeeebikes.com. You can also find us in Franklin at Lakes Region E-Bikes. You can also give us a call or Facebook message us and we'll get right back to you.
Thanks, Audrey. It's always exciting to visit a new business in our area. Be sure to check them out. In our final segment, we'll have a wonderfully produced video by Peter Block that highlights the beauty of our centerpiece lake, but more importantly, what we must do to maintain it. So stay tuned here to Yankee Chronicle.